While we wait for the coastal inversion to burn up, let's head up the coast to Encinitas to visit a little off the beaten path local surf spot called Swami's Beach. Swami's Beach is named after Swami Paramahansa Yogananda, who was an Indian monk, yogi, and guru, who moved to Encinitas in the 1930s. In 1937, he built the Self-Realization Fellowship on the bluffs overlooking the surf break, which eventually gave it the present name of Swami's Beach. What an ideal place to build a spiritual meditation retreat. Man, this really inspires a Zen mindset. This is different than Black's Beach in that we have beautiful green, lush vegetation growing all along the cliff face down to the beach. But it's the same as Black's Beach in that these cliffs are clearly eroding away. Here at least, we have some well-maintained concrete stairs to get down to the ocean. It's fun to break away from the tourist zone and check out a place that's more frequented by the locals. It's a very beautiful little sliver of beach down here, very much harkening back to the days of North County San Diego when it was a much more eclectic, bohemian, and creative kind of a place. There's still a lot of that up here in North County San Diego, but it couldn't be more clear that this is now a very luxurious and competitively sought after place to live. Nevertheless, it hasn't lost its charm. And if you know where to look, that wonderful, relaxed, creative vibe is still alive and well. Dozens of surfers are waiting for their lucky wave at Swami's Reef. I can feel the glorious California sunshine peeking through the coastal inversion. So let's head back to Torrey Pines to our favorite stretch of sand. Today we're headed back down to Black's Beach, but we're going to do something a little bit different. We are going to avoid the collapsing stairs in the cliff, and we're going to go down the paved lifeguard road at the southernmost end of the beach that starts at La Jolla Farm. And here's one of the big cliff-top estates of La Jolla Farms. Well, we're here at the southernmost point of Black's Beach. This is officially called Torrey Pines City Beach, and we're right at the base of the golden collapsing cliffs of Torrey Pines. So behind me, you can see a beautiful panoramic view of the La Jolla Peninsula, the La Jolla Cove, La Jolla Shores, and Scripps Pier. Now above us on these towering cliffs are the mansions and estates of La Jolla Farm, some of the most beautiful and luxurious homes with the best views you'll find anywhere in San Diego County. But when we go further down the beach and we see the erosion and the collapsing of the cliffs, it's shocking how fast these cliffs are eroding. And let me tell you, you might want to think about setting up your beach blanket at the base of that cliff, because every week that we come here, the erosion continues. It's a huge difference year in, year out, and even week in, week out. So I'm not sure how well some of these people are sleeping at night on top of these cliffs, but you can better believe that they are savoring the view every day until nature and gravity takes its toll. So let's continue checking out this incredible stretch of beach here in Torrey Pines. Here we can see freshly fallen clay and sand mounding at the bottom of the collapsing cliffs. Between the layers of different materials, water is flowing from within, further eroding the cliffs from inside. Two very cool residents of note at the top of La Jolla Farms are musician Alicia Keys and her husband Swizz Beats, who own the iconic Razor House high up on the cliffs of La Jolla Farms with an incredible view of the Pacific Ocean. This is the perfect place to show how extreme the erosion and the collapse of the cliffs are here on the southernmost end of Black's Beach. The landslides are exacerbated by the weather cycle that we've had the last few years, where we've had short but very wet and cold winters, which weigh down the cliffs with water. And then in between the short winters, we've been having very long summers and drought conditions where the cliffs literally cleave apart in the heat. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, we've been having unusually high king tides, which have been crashing right up against the base of the cliffs. So all of those three things combined have created a very dangerous situation where the cliffs are collapsing not only week to week, but day to day. Early Spanish settlers named this area Punto de Arboles, after the grove of Torrey Pines on the top of the cliffs. The trees served as a landmark when the sailors were navigating the legendarily treacherous California coastline. Botanist Charles C. Parry identified this pine as a unique species and named it after his great friend John Torrey, a leading botanist of the time. Now, Torrey Pines is home to the rarest pine species in America, Pinus torreyana, growing only here and on Santa Rosa Island off the coast of Santa Barbara. The Torrey Pines ended up saving this area from development. And in 1899, the city of San Diego set aside the original 369 acres to create the first iteration of the park. American journalist, philanthropist, and founding donor for many major institutions in Southern California, Ellen Browning Scripps, purchased land slated for development and completed the present-day boundaries of the reserve. She was a forward-thinking visionary and a staunch crusader, not just for the improvement of people, but also nature and animals and the land itself. When she saw the effects of overuse of the park on the Torrey Pines, she created a public campaign to cultivate the public's interest in the trees and in caring for and preserving the trees. Over the course of her life, she contributed greatly to the establishment of the reserve and countless other major institutions in Southern California, including Scripps Institution of Oceanography, Bishop School, Scripps College, present-day Claremont University, the San Diego Natural History Museum, Scripps Health, Scripps Research, and the Children's Pool of La Jolla. A wonderfully philanthropic, benevolent, generous, and most of all, forward-thinking woman who still shapes this place today as much as ever. Today's golden hour is an especially beautiful and tranquil end to an amazing day on the San Diego coast. As usual, I hate to leave the beach, and I love taking in the sunset. The sunset today is beautiful and so full of color. It's incredible how much this coast changes just throughout one day. From this morning's coastal inversion, to the warm, sunny, blue sky afternoon, to the fiery red gemstone sunset. The cliffs and the sand take on the most golden glow at this time of day. Tomorrow, we could have another cliff collapse, and this beach could be completely different. The sunset and the coastal inversion interplay to create a dazzling panorama. Here on this high perch, we have a beautiful view of the Pacific Ocean as a canvas of fiery sunbeams, blue ocean, and steel gray shadows. Most of us stop as we ascend and take on this awe-inspiring sunset. It's amazing that we all instinctively, silently appreciate the sunset almost as a communal appreciation and reverence for this incredible display of nature. I always feel at peace here and feel inspired by the beauty of this place. We're immersed in the shimmering, fiery beauty that nature has bestowed on us today. I'm so tempted to stay here for the entire sunset and watch the sky until the stars come out. But I don't feel like walking up the cliff with a headlamp, so let's start to make our way back up. Another ending to another perfect day. Under the towering cliffs of Torrey Pines, where else but in La Jolla, California. Day 2 has been sensational here on the San Diego coastline. That was so awesome. Checking out Swami's Beach, the old school North County bohemian surf spot that was actually mentioned in a Beach Boys song. So that is a very, very cool spot off the beaten path. And it was also pretty scary looking at the collapsing cliffs, wasn't it? So you can better believe I'm sticking far away from both the edges and the underside of those cliffs. We've got a lot more exploring left to do here in Torrey Pines in La Jolla, California. Stick around for day 3 where we explore the legendary Torrey Pines Golf Course, the Torrey Pines Preserve, and see one of the most beautiful fiery red sunsets I have ever seen here on the gorgeous San Diego coastline. And all that is starting right now.